guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and whatever time you're listening to me at exactly. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you had a fruitful Sunday. And last week we had started a conversation with Future You with regards to why divorce cases are rising, and we covered quite a lot of things. I hope you can go back and just see what you can learn, especially before you get into a relationship or a marriage. If you are a young person, those of us that are already there, maybe you can do some adjustment and say, okay, maybe the reasons I'm having problems in my marriage, that I'm almost throwing in the towel, maybe because I haven't learned submission. Try to go back to those lessons, see what you can learn here and there. But I really pray that our generation will not have such skyrocketed numbers of divorce cases. I hope our generation is gonna do better with aspects of relationships, with regards to your family, your friends, your spouse, your children. I really hope that we are gonna do better in that regard. So you have to start now. You cannot wish for a perfect relationship with your people in the future when you haven't started investing in that relationship now. It could be your friends. You want to have these good friends, you want to have a good relationship with your friends, but how often do you check up on them? Your family, you want to have a good relationship with your family, but yet you're isolated from everybody. You want to have a good relationship with your kids, but you never have time to listen to them and spend time with them. So it all starts with now. Start to have conversations with yourself. What does my future look like? What does my family look like in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years? How do I want my house to be handled in with regards to relationships? All of that is very important. But then today, it being a Valentine's weekend, I know Valentine's is just a few days from now. Is it tomorrow or should be tomorrow? Yeah, today is the 13th. And I know some of us are excited because probably you've got a date, or you've got a party, or you've got some chills and whatnot. I just want to talk to my sisters and my brothers that don't have dates, and I just want to tell you that do not feel pressured. Last week we had, no, the other week actually, we had spoken about peer pressure being one of the reasons why divorce cases are rising. And I think it starts with things like this, little things like Valentine's Day, where you see your friends are going out, they're getting flowers, they're getting gifts, and you just feel like, you know what, I'm being left out. And any person that walks to you giving you flowers and roses and perfume and all of that, and you feel like, you know what, I think I should just get married so that next year I'm not going to be among the number that's going to be left out. But that should not be the case. Whether you have a date or not, you are important. Whether you have a partner or not, you are just as worthy. You are important, and I would encourage you to enjoy your singleness. We had a discussion with the ladies, I think this Friday. We were having a relationship talk, and one of the things that came up was, how do you know that you're ready for a relationship? And the answer that came from that discussion, there were so many answers, but for me what stood out was the fact that you don't work on yourself to prepare for a relationship. You work on yourself to prepare for your best version of yourself, and then as you do that, you are going to be found. So as a lady, you're probably trying to be like, okay, let me work on my cooking skills so that I can, after I learn how to cook, I'll get into a relationship. Let me work on my makeup. Let me work on my conversations. Let me work on how to relate with the male people. That's fine, but then your goal should not be that at the end of this, I should be in a relationship. Your goal should be, is this going to develop me? Your goal should be, will this make me a better version of myself? And as you work on yourself, you're working on your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God, your relationship with your family and friends, and you're just in a place where you're at peace, in a place where you're spiritually stable, you are mentally stable, a place where you're psychologically stable. And trust me, some jack somewhere will definitely find you, because you would have been ready, and you don't need to announce that I'm ready. They will know. We will see it. We can see from the glow you're having. We can see from the maturity. We can see from the way you carry yourself. So just use this time while you still have the time to develop yourself, not with the focus of I want somebody to find me, but with the focus of I want to be the best version of myself. That just picking it from there. This week I wanted us to just talk about a little something. I've just been thinking that most of us are exposed to people that are doing great things. Most of us are exposed. You could have people on your WhatsApp statuses that are doing great things. Maybe they're doing chef stuff, they're cooking and they're posting whatever they're cooking. Maybe they've written something, books, maybe poetry. Maybe they're, they've started an NGO and they're doing all of this. Maybe they are singing and they've been posting their videos. I don't know. Maybe they have this business and they're managing it. They've been posting it on their statuses. It could be whatever it is. Maybe you've been seeing all these things on your statuses and you're just scrolling through and just, oh, okay, oh, this person is doing this, oh, okay, and you pass. And I was just thinking that if I had been exposed to somebody that started an NGO, for example, and a deep part of me, the inner part of me, had somehow wanted to do that, but then I see my friend doing that and I just scroll through my status and then move on like nothing happened. I wonder what future me would ask me later in the future when I pick it up from there and I say, some years back I actually wanted to do an NGO and whatnot. And then future me goes like, why didn't you though? Then I'm like, well, I kind of didn't really have anybody to talk to about the issue. I think future you would be quite disappointed because the people that you're interacting with in one way or another are doing something in regards to that matter. So I want us to just take advantage of that small interaction that you may have. It could be somebody on your Instagram that's doing something and you just scroll through and you're just admiring from afar. For me this year, one thing I'm encouraging everybody is intentionality. If you see somebody post something that you've wanted to do, DM them, go to their DM and just be like, you know what, I've also wanted to do this, could you teach me? Or you know what, I'm impressed with this and I would like to start something like this. How do I go about it? Let's stop limiting ourselves because we don't just want to be bold enough to ask somebody to look like, no, I'm copying. No, it's not copying. Some things it might be your gift, and God is bringing somebody around your circle so that you could pick up one or two things from them. It could be a mentor even. They could even become your mentor, but we are not taking advantage of these people around us. And we had spoken about your circle last time, but this time I'm not even talking about your circle. I'm just talking about people that are just around you. I have like over, I think 80 people that I see WhatsApp statuses for on my phone. And from those 80 people, I'm not saying all those 80 people are my close friends. No, maybe my circle is just 5 of those. But from the rest of the 75, there are people I see and I see somebody doing something and I just go to their DM. I'm like, oh, this is really nice. How did you start up this? And they explain and I learned something from that. It could be just somebody post something that I've been wanting to do. I've really been wanting to do. For example, farming. I see people posting farming stuff and I go to their DM. I'm like, hey, how do you manage your tomatoes for them to look this good? And they tell me, and I go to my little garden and I also try the same thing, just so that future me will not tell me you did not take advantage of the people that came around you at the point that you could have learned. So if there's anything I'm telling you this week, anything I want you to pick up from this message, is that you need to be intentional. You need to be intentional with the people around you. It could be the ladies you see, maybe they dress really well and you're struggling with dressing. Text them and be like, where do you buy your clothes? Or how do you get to color match your clothes and all of that? It's little things like that. You cannot be looking ridiculous when people around you are looking all fine. You cannot be dressing funny when the people around you have the potential to dress well. It's little things like that. So let's be intentional. Everything, your eyebrows, maybe you don't know how to paint your eyebrows and they're always, one up, one down, and you're like, I don't know how to do this. I'm just gonna go out like this. If you can't paint them, don't paint them. If you want to learn, take somebody that you see their eyebrows are on point and you're like, you know what, could you teach me? It's little things like that. So I love you guys so much and I wish you a blessed week. And I hope that besides just the Valentine's whole thing going on and partners and whatnot, that you're just going to share the love genuinely with everybody, because love is just the best thing that ever happened to humanity. So have a beautiful weekend. I love you. Bye.